Everyone, walking down this little trail and road here for a little bit. Thought I'd update you on it's coming up on my 14th month of living here in the Philippines now, and thought I'd share a few topics. One, I've had my first health issue here. There's a little spot still there, but I had little holes or wounds all over my legs and arms. And this one's still swelled. You can see next to this one's got some swelling, but this one's much worse still. So went to the hospital and had my first experience with the healthcare system and everything, which was pretty good, kind of a American-based style and stuff. It was over towards Banati. I'm not sure what barangay or where we were exactly. The family took me over there and got some medication and looked at a little bit. So kind of similar. It was a little, not quite as nice as the big hospitals in the city, but I thought it was okay. So, but I'm back out feeling better, able to walk again, because my legs were so swollen. I had fever for 3 or 4 days and laid in bed. So it's been probably about 3-week at this point ordeal. So, but that's going pretty good. So the other topics, I thought I'll go over some of the original ones, which it really hasn't changed too much. I think the Philippines is a wonderful country. It does have its, issues and problems or differences. I would say more differences than anything else, because you may not agree or understand something doesn't mean it's, necessarily wrong or right. So it's just a difference, and you're in a different country, so adapt and kind of get along. I've got a breeze here. Hopefully it's not going to create a lot of wind issue here on the mic, so we'll walk you down here a little bit as we talk a few minutes. So, but yeah, the people were friendly, I find friendly and very kind and generous, and beautiful country for the most part. Just some of the best, prettiest islands and beaches in the world by many people's standards, and there's just thousands of them. We always talk about El Nido and Crone and different places, but there's literally thousands of places very similar to that's not on the radar that you could go to, and instead of 500 people there may be nobody or a couple people so to go visit. So check, keep that in mind when you come. There's over, I think it's 7,000 islands, 7,600 or 6,700. I think it's 7,600. But there's many islands and places to check out. Some of the other things I've found as I went along is it's not necessarily brand new, but I think it's even more important to talk about. We'll be making separate videos on that. Is people's religious and culture, and here in the Philippines is I would call it like tribal. Would be another definition for the three things. You got your political, religious, and tribal, and different cultures and beliefs, and I think that's greatly underestimated wherever you go in the world, especially here, because you come in and you think, well, why are people doing this or having all these children, or giving all their money to the family members or whatever they may be doing. That's maybe different than where you come from, where I come from is America. And you may disagree or agree or whatever it may be, but that's what people have been doing for hundreds of years and generations, and that's what they believe. So, so that's don't underestimate that and think, well, my love for this girl or my love for the Philippines is going to change that somehow, and or we're gonna we've come to some agreement, because it's a very powerful thing. The family, the religious beliefs, extremely powerful. So I think a lot of people are naive and think, well, I'm going to come in there and I'm going to explain to them, here in America we are like this and we do this for this reason and that reason. And I may get into some of these topics a little deeper. It's I know it's very passionate and controversial to talk about and to bring up, so I'm just lightly touching on this one. So I may get into talking about the religious and having babies and things like that, different topics. The money, I've talked a little bit about the money, but giving money to the family and everybody, helping everybody out, and my take or thoughts on that. But this is one of my favorite little spots. There's kind of a little tunnel, it's shaded and got some 10-12 foot high dirt things on the sides, so it's kind of neat, especially in the evening. It's really dark and cool in here, so not so scary during the daytime. But so I urge people to think about that and ask questions, and also be respectful of everybody, and just because you may not agree or think something doesn't make you wrong or right either. So I think just share information. My big thing on this channel is to stimulate thought, and I think it's healthy and good to ask questions. Why do we do this? Why do we think that? And not just go along, well, everybody ate the bad potato salad that was spoiled, so everybody's eating it, so I ate some and I gave some to my friends and we just all ate it. Nobody said, hey, that doesn't smell good. So kind of something like that. So I just think it's healthy to ask questions and investigate, and why are we doing this, and is there a better way to do things? Because people hear, for example, is always oh, you work on your motorcycle a lot, is it broken, or you should buy Honda. They you don't need to work on Honda, which is not true, but because I've owned many Hondas. But it's just trying to perfect something or make something better, make something yours. I enjoy doing it, and it's just fun to do, try to do something. And I think can I make this bike or this adjust this handlebar and make something better. So because you can go, well, so and so Eli Tomac rides his bike like this and sets his up like that. Well, that's Eli Tomac. He's a great rider and all this and that, but that's still make something yourself. And although I do think it's a good example to follow others, and start with what they're doing if you respect somebody and they're doing a good job. So we've come back over to the new multi-use building. So well, we'll wrap this up. So I'll be making some separate videos probably. I'm a little leery of doing something and stirring up too much controversy, but anyhow, that's kind of my thoughts. So keep that in mind when you come here or go other places. People have all kinds of different religious ideas and thoughts, and people have all kinds of ways to what they think and do with their money, and political thoughts as well. So keep that in mind. Thanks for watching and listening, and we'll talk more about some such subjects here soon, because I'm back out and making some fresh new content and have some have different thoughts as I've gone along here in the Philippines. So like I said, this is my 14th month. April the 14th will be 14 months of living in the Philippines now. So, all right, that's it. Have a great Sunday. Today's, like I said, April the 7th, Sunday. Thanks for watching. Bye.